Hello, buddy. Princess DeBear here, and we're back at Animal Kingdom Lodge for something very, very special. The princess has been waiting for
years.
4 years, 5 years, longer, probably.
I'm so excited. We are the very first truck of the very first reservations for reopening for the Starlight Safari.
Yes, that's a personal night field safari in a truck here at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and it has been gone for well over 2 years now. And it's back. So we're going to go sit in the truck and watch some animals.
I'm so excited.
She's giddy. She's been bouncing off the walls.
Subscribe and love all the animals and Jamba.
Happy Earth Day.
Happy
you heard the girl.
Earth Day.
Yeah.
Hello, are you here for Starlight Safari?
Okay, great.
Alrighty, so we can just head right over. We're gonna take a quick picture. Right back there.
Welcome. Thank you all for coming on our first Starlight Safari. Since you are our first guest, we were hoping we could do a little ceremonial ribbon cutting for the truck, getting it back in action. Does that sound fun?
Yes.
You were our first guest to approach the truck, so if you would do us the honors.
Absolutely.
Be careful, the scissors are sharp. So.
Good to know.
And they are very hefty scissors.
Ready?
Wait, we're getting all of our cameras in position.
I'm the unofficial photographer.
Unofficial photographer.
Ready?
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. Yay!
I like that pose. Go ahead.
Before we get started, I do want to introduce your driver, Emily. Emily, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Emily. So I've been at Disney since about 2015. I'm one of our animal keepers here at the lodge. Hopefully I'll get you close to some animals, get you some good views.
Cool. Thank you, Emily.
Yeah.
Alrighty, friends. So once again, my name is Noah. I do want to talk about, touch on a couple safety things, because here, safety is our #1 priority here at the Walt Disney Company. So we do ask while the vehicle's moving, you remain seated at all times. The roads are bumpy out there, so just want to make sure you remain seated. Also, make sure we keep all hands, arms, feet, legs, small children, devices inside the vehicle at all times. If it gets dropped in that savannah, may stay out there for a while, and we don't want that. Next, while we are moving, if an animal were to happen to enter into our vehicle, as exciting as it might be, we don't want to touch them. Some of our giraffes are a little bit curious, so as cute and adorable as their faces are, we just want to say no, thank you. Next, if we, flash photography out in the savannas. We have these nifty night vision units with us, so no flash photography out there. We don't want to startle them in any way or swoop them in any way, shape, or form. So make sure that flash photography is off. And last but not least, we are a working hotel, if you didn't notice. So we want to keep our eyes on the savannah. We don't want to worry about what's happening up there on the in the rooms. Plus, we don't want to look directly in the light with our night vision units. It will hurt your eyes. Alrighty, to talk about these lovely night vision units, they should be turned on for you. The way you know they're on, you also see a green glow. Yeah, we all see that? Now the green glow is the end that you're going to be looking through. Now on the front of the unit, that's the area where you can adjust it. You can focus in, focus out, things along that line, making sure that you can see properly. Now we always want to make sure these are around our necks. Like I said, the road does get bumpy. We want to make sure they don't fall. Now there's a big silver buckle on one side of the strap. You can adjust it to elongate it, or you can adjust it to make it smaller across your neck. Now, if you need to raise or lower the green light because it's too bright, there's a small knob right where you guys would adjust it in the front. You can raise and lower the light to make the green light brighter or dimmer. Do you guys have any questions? No? Alrighty. So this is your guys' safari. I want you guys to ask me as many questions as possible. We will hopefully get close to as many animals as possible. I cannot promise anything. They are wild animals and they do have minds of their own, so they're gonna move where they feel like it. Cool? Awesome. So while I'm moving, Alrighty, awesome. Perfect. Alrighty, driver Emily, I think we are good to go. Now, we're not going to do the whole wave goodbye to civilization, even though the Jungle Cruise was my dream role when I started here at the Walt Disney Company. But we can wave bye to everybody. Say goodbye.
We're everybody.
Yeah, that's right. You guys are everybody. I started in monorail, as a matter of fact. I worked as a monorail host for about a year, so I moved over to parking over at Epcot, where I worked there for another year. After that, I moved into a dream role in animal care at the Seas with Nemo and Friends. I worked there for about 2.5 years with all the 2,000 individual aquatic animals that we have over there. And then I moved into this role here as an animal keeper here at Animal Kingdom Live. Words are hard, my goodness. Now, as an animal keeper, we do a 24-hour round-the-clock care here. So we have people from 5 a.m. in the morning until the next day at 5 a.m. in the morning. So, and animals don't traditionally sleep like you might think. We sleep 8 hours at night or sleep 8 hours at some point during the day. They take small incremental naps throughout the day. So they'll take a 15-minute nap sometime here, 15-minute nap sometime there, and they're up and moving at night. We feed them diets that we have for them. We do training and enrichment with them. So they're up and active and moving. So we do this as a part of our animal care routine. Now we have 24-hour care also at the theme park as well. So yeah. Now the land that we're driving on right now, not that part over there, but this part right over here is part of conservation land. So you guys may or may not have known Walt Disney was a conservationist. He was a big environmentalist, and he believed in saving natural resources for future generations. Now, when he built what was then known as the Florida Project back in the 60s, he devoted 1/3 of the land to be undeveloped, no new resort hotels, no new theme parks of any kind. Now, I know some of you guys are filming, and I'm so excited that you guys are doing that. We will be heading into some backstage areas, so I do ask that once we head back into those, no filming at all back there. I'll let you guys know when it's okay to start filming again. Now, once again, this is your guys' tour. I want you guys to ask me any questions. I heard some of you were excited to see some giraffes, some zebras. Anybody else excited to see any other animals that they may know from their local zoo or aquarium?
You guys have Okapi out here?
We do have an Okapi. Her name's Olivia. I love Olivia. Olivia loves scratches behind her ears. That's why I love her. Yeah, she likes to be scratched right behind her ears, sometimes inside of her ears too. But she's adorable. We're gonna try and see her. She lives on the Pembe that we're actually gonna get to first. It's called our Pembe Savannah. It's the only savannah that we're not gonna drive onto actually, just because we have some of our smallest residents that live there. Their names are Steenbok. Has anybody ever seen a Steenbok before?
Yeah.
Yeah? They stand about a foot tall. They're about the size of maybe a common house cat. They have these really big ears and really skinny legs. But once they kind of find their place for the night, they'll curl into a little tan ball, and it's hard to see them in a truck this large. So we only take carts out there to examine our savannas, which so happens to be we have a cart coming off the savannah, as a matter of fact. So to check on our residents. So that's what we do as part of the night team here. We go on 3 runs for all of our savannas, help put out more food, check on individuals, make sure they're doing okay throughout the night, and if there's any medical care that needs to be had, that's just some of the stuff that we do.
How isolated are
Is our largest savannah, which takes up 2 individual loops. Our first loop over here is called North Loop, and then a little bit further we have South Loop. Again, very creative with the names, but it's just the cardinal directions that they're in. That is our equally cattle Nubia. Very excited. But you can keep going. She is fully what you see now. Has anybody ever seen that? That is Udiwa. They make those calls to one another when they get riled up, or they want to know what's going on, or who's where, or things like that. I think they're kind of amped up today because of the wildebeest. The wildebeest are kind of amping them up a little bit. Wildebeest are super cool. There's a lot of friends over here. So I'll talk about the wildebeest. They're kind of like the paparazzi of the savannah. These are white-bearded wildebeest. They form the largest herds out on the African savannah. We also have all 4 of our reticulated giraffes in one area. We have 1 male and 3 females. Alrighty, you guys can stand up and take pictures. This is a great opportunity. There's a lot of interaction going on over here. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. If you guys want to know any fun facts, we'll do that once we keep driving. But this is a great place to keep all of them. And you guys can put your phones up to the night vision units. So I forgot to mention this. You can put it up there. Zoom in a little bit is my suggestion. That way you guys don't get too much of the border in there, but with the animals. But yeah, you got the wildebeest in front of us. You got the giraffe. You got the angel. Alrighty, Emily, we're good to go. Now, in holy cattle or super foodies, there are only domesticated species that we have here at the lodge. They are super cool because they're actually used as a sign of wealth. The more cows you have, the wealthier you are. Now, those horns, can anybody guess how much one of those horns weighs?
Just a couple pounds.
Yeah? Anybody have any other guesses? Oh, so smart. Yeah. How we distinguish them. There's about 9 different species of giraffes out in the wild in Africa. If you've been to Kilimanjaro safaris or plan to go on Kilimanjaro safaris, there's Maasai giraffe on there. They're sometimes referred to as messy Maasai, and that's just to describe their spot pattern. It kind of looks like paint thrown on a canvas. So that's the best way to describe it. Something's kind of moving out a little bit. That's why they're running around a lot, calling to each other. I think it's because the wildebeest and the giraffe are in their area and they're not happy about it. That's my best guess. I cannot tell you for certain, but that is my best guess. Now we are about to head into North Loop. I promise we're going to see some more giraffes over on our Arusha Savannah. But up ahead is a super cool animal. It's our Harmon Mountain Species, which we do have a baby here. Her name is Zarina. They're right in front of the vehicle. Zarina is what really means the golden. So she is the one on the road right over there. She's about 6 months old. She just turned 6 months old on the 13th of April, actually, because her birthday was the 13th. And Zarina, the golden one, comes because she was born during the 50th anniversary celebration. So that's where she gets her name. Now, her mom, Zoe, is right on the other side of this tree. And this one over here, her name is Phoenix. Now, there is a male out here. His name is Raiden. He'll be a little bit separated from the group, which is okay, but he'll follow what the rest of the group starts moving. But he spent the first year of his life inside the barn. His mom is since they weigh about 2,000 pounds. I know it's a ton, right? They are jokes, I promise you guys can't laugh. But they're only done a little bit on the African savanna by the greater animals. That we take them the treats that they get as well. Now we have 2 really cool animals off to the driver and the passenger side. Now I'm going to talk about addax over here. That's ADDAX. Addax are super cool animals, but they're also critically endangered out in the wild. They live in the Sahara Desert, so you can think of the Sahara. So they are especially adapted to live in deserts. They're good at holding in water as well as getting water from the food they eat, extracting that water content. They also have 2 coats. They have a winter coat and a summer coat. So that all white, like the addax that is standing up, that all white, that's for the summer. So that's to help reflect that heat away because they live in the hot savanna. We also are parks, so you guys can stand up and take pictures. The national park called the Furlough National Park, FRLO, in the Sahara Desert, where they actually are trying to stay along with the central places which we do have in the park and Kilimanjaro safaris, as well as the North Loop here at Walt Disney World. They're trying to reintroduce them out there to be able to help increase their populations. Now, with those horns, the females do not, but some species, like our addax, both males and females, do have horns, so it depends on the species of antelope. But they are really cool because they're considered the fast food of the savannah. That's not what makes them cool, but
Are those fireworks?
if you've ever seen a nature documentary on things crawling up a tree, it's most likely an impala. They have these scent glands on the back of their feet. They're really visible during the day. They're kind of hard to see at night. If you see them, they're kind of like black. It looks like they have a big shoe on the back of them. They're danger of any kind in the area. Now, with that, the reason why we also call them the fastest savannah, a way to remember that is they have this distinctive M marking on the back of their butt. I don't know what that reminds me of, but a very famous fast food chain. Another joke, again. It's okay to laugh, I promise. There's a really cool animal right in front of us. Once we get a little bit closer, it's called marabou stork. I've actually seen them up there before. That's pretty cool. Marabou storks are the tallest stork species out in Africa. They stand about 5 feet tall. For reference, I am 6 feet tall, about 6 feet tall, so they stand about as tall as me. The two that we have out there are called Olaf and Jenny. Olaf's a male, doesn't really like the cubs. And Jenny, this is Luna right in front of us. May not, probably won't. It's going to get a little bit closer because she does find this truck very interesting. But make sure we all stay seated on this truck a little bit. Yeah, she is our largest female out here. She's about 2,100 pounds. She's very, very heavy. She's at her max height though. She's not going to grow anymore because she's 7, 8 years old. My girlfriend. How long can they live? They can live about 25 years, or up to 25 years at zoos. Here are white, they're white, because they form those large groups. Now, they form large groups of tens of thousands. That's what they're launch grow animals. Now, if you've ever looked at Kidani from space, or from a Google image search, it kind of looks like wildebeest horns. They curve in at both sides, they're deep in the center. But Kidani is what he does need necklace. Now, Disneyland Lupino Lodge is home to the largest collection of African artwork outside of Africa. So there's a lot of really cool pieces to look at. One of my favorites is actually on, in that Jumbo House, on the trail, on the 3rd floor. It is called Don't Bite Off More Than You Can Chew, solely because of the title. It's not like a really cool cloth or anything, it's just because of that title. I think that's a title. Those birds back there, those are East African crowned cranes. They are the national bird of Uganda. They're on their flag, their currency, and they do kind of stick out like a sore thumb. You guys kind of saw it. But they'll use that crown of feathers on the top of their head, that's where they get their name from, to blend in with the surrounding area. We do have some monsters out here. Maybe in this area, it would be kind of hard to see. We're sitting down here. Spot that maybe we like to hang up over here. But they actually in tall savanna grass. In that tall savanna grass, they will camouflage themselves not easily seen by predators and other chicks with the same color as the savanna grass as well. You guys see some cool animals so far, right? Yeah. Brothers, they grew up together, and they're still younger, so that's why they're hanging out very close to one another.
Those are big piles of dirt just randomly here.
Yes, those are done on purpose. That's part of that enrichment that we have. Now, the animals being around one another, now it's perfectly safe for them. It doesn't hurt them in any way, and their feeders are on this side of the fence in order to help save their food from the different mammals that we have out here. The cows, they would love to eat some bird fruit. So we don't necessarily want that to happen. We want the birds to be able to get their full diet. Now, we're heading through another one of our sally ports over here. It's cool as it would be to have a giraffe walk up to your window early in the morning, eat Fruit Loops out of your hand, we don't want that to happen. It's not very good. They're not very healthy. So that's why the blossoms are along the fence line, and that's why the rooms start on the second floor. Another fun reason is actually it's where our animals' bedrooms is. So right in the middle between our first run and when our keepers actually go to lunch. So you see some giraffes. We have 2 giraffes out here. They're also articulated giraffes. Ori and Gemma. Ori and Gemma's mom. Gemma's about 5 years old. So they're around the same time as Gigi and Ori is not shy at all. Go right up to you. Gemma, on the other hand, is a little bit reserved, more cautious, so she'll approach you relatively slowly. I do see some zebra that we have up here. These are common zebras. They're different from Hartman's mountain zebras. We have 3 zebra species here at Disneyland. Here at Walt Disney World. All three of them are at the theme park. We have driving zebras as well. We only have 2 species. We have Hartman's mountain zebras, and these guys have 3 different names. It's common, plains, or grand zebras. And we have 2 females out here. This one is Freya right over here, and the other one with the back end to us, that is Marty. I tell them, Freya has a short top like me, and Marty has a really wavy, luscious mane. Can't tell the first, but that's Jack. He's a roan antelope as well. So he lives out here on his own because roan antelope are typically very territorial, but because Charlie Brown's keeping them stuck grew up together, they're comfortable around one another. Jack, on the other hand, didn't have any brothers growing up, or when he transferred here, so he's our older male. But if you look through your night vision, you can see those horns do curve back like Loki's helmet, so that's how I know he's older. There has been scientific evidence that roan antelope will actually throw a lion over their head. So they'll stand their ground. They're one of the very few antelope species that will actually stand their ground to others. So, he's kind of camera shy sometimes, but he's a couple different spots. Common zebras actually live in the plains. That's where they have their names from. Another Disney Conservation Fund project is actually called the Brevi Zebra Trust. The Brevi Zebra Trust actually went out to help establish Brevi zebra population out in the wild. So they went out and did community scientific-based citizen science. They went out to establish population dynamics out in the wild. Now we have 6 white. Once our driver gets us in place, we'll take some quick photos real quick. Alright, you guys can stand up, take pictures. Time to get down. There are no predators out there. We do have a lion though. It's in the rock. It's in a rock structure. If you guys ever go under luck, it's another one. We like to say it's a symbolic lion looking over his pride here on a shot. Gemma is another one of my favorite animals. See up there, night vision. Water buck has a oily secretion that they secrete from their skin to help them basically be water resistant in some way. And they get their name from not living far from water. They will flee towards water areas to predators or to follow each other as the migration researches. Now, water buck have a very distinctive marking on their rump. Legend has it that they were the first residents on Noah's Ark, and they sat down on the fresh and made a toilet seat until they have their work and never slept. Just a legend, though. You can't go there. But they do have that freshly painted toilet seat marking on their back and to help them navigate. Look at our little mermaid in the base of it. Giraffe over there. Now I am very surprised with the state because she is a little bit antsy when it comes to vehicles, especially these vehicles in general. So she definitely likes to, she'll move in the opposite direction, but I'm proud of her that she's staying close. She may have been standing, but you know, it's the movie What About Bobsled? Maybe steps.
She knew this was the first tour, so she's showing off.
Yes, exactly.
One later on, she'll be.
Yeah, she'll.
So since you got about the kind of stage,
that? We have it here at Kidani, but like I said, since it's out, we've been trying to replace the bulbs. I got you to spot you. Call over to our friends, make sure we're back there. Awesome. Love it. The animals do need to take another sometime here, the wild coyotes. You're good, keep on coming back. That's good. So yeah, so you're out. Awesome, there's you. You guys have any more questions I can answer about giraffe? Compared to our tongue. Inside are they use it, they're long and prehensile. Now a fully grown adult male giraffe has a tongue that's about 18 inches long. Now when they're born, giraffes are born about 6 feet tall. So again, that's about how tall I am.
They're just gonna hang out until somebody lets them in.
So they don't get moved in right now. They get moved in earlier. They're more attracted to the lights. So they're saying, "Hey, it's my time, right?" But one of their friends, Subana, she lives on our Pembe Savannah. She was moved in, so they're maybe just keeping her company. People stuck with one another and keep people stuck with one another. We have to be very creative in a lot of things that we did in regards to procedures and finding new ways. There was a 15-minute contact time, and if we were within 3 feet of one another, we had face shields and a mask on and goggles, the whole shebang. So it was a big adjustment period, but it helped us become more creative and think of that safety on a higher level as well. So yeah, good question. Now, as we head back to Kidani Village, again, I want to thank you guys so much for coming on the tour. Thank you guys for being my very first guests. So, yay! Once again, if you guys enjoyed your tour, my name is Noah. Your driver's name is Emily. If you didn't enjoy your tour, my name is Bob. Her name is Jane. We hope you have a great rest of your night. If you guys need any form of food or refreshment, Jahari's Treasures is right inside the lobby off to the left. This is the walkway that I was talking about. Once the Smears bus leaves, you'll be able to see where the elevator is down at the parking garage. And Sanam may have some walk-up availability. I cannot promise anything. But again, thank you guys so much for coming on. I really enjoyed having you guys. You guys are awesome. I hope you were able to learn a lot. It's okay if you don't retain any of the information. You guys got to see animals at night being free and doing their thing. So again, thank you guys so much for coming on. Thank you. Once we get to the stop, we're going to set up the stairs. If the handrails all set up, I'm going to collect those night vision cameras from I know. When I take them home, they're super cool. Don't worry about turning them off. You just hand them scratch me. I'll just collect it on my hand. Alrighty, you guys can head on down. Just make sure we use those handrails. Make sure we head down one at a time. Again, thank you guys so much for coming on. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Happy birthday again. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you. Not a problem. Have a great rest of your day. No, you are all good. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Have a great night. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for driving us, Emily. So that was Animal Kingdom Lodge Starlight Safari.
It was way more awesome than I thought it was going to be. This was the best way to celebrate Earth Day.
Yeah, I can't think of anything I would have rather done today. It was $200 a person.
It was $89 a person.
Worth it. If you can get a spot, $89 is nothing. I would much rather do this than go to, say, like Magic Kingdom. That was an awesome experience. Awesome cast members. Tons of information.
Thank you, Noah. Thank you, Emily.
Noah and Emily were awesome. The whole thing.
The whole thing was
had
great.
the ribbon cutting ceremony, seeing the giraffes sort of just come up and just like interested in the truck, the wildebeest, like everything was absolutely amazing.
So cool.
You do not need to be a guest at the hotel to do this. Keep an eye on the reservations. If you get the chance to do this, absolutely worth it. Skip a meal if you have to. This is an
You don't
absolute
need
treat.
to. It's like 8:30 and 10 p.m. So you can do
I
this
mean,
after the park closes.
funds wise, if you budgeted for a meal,
okay.
this is worth skipping a meal to come to.
Yeah, I would much rather do this than like Cinderella's Royal Table.
Easily. This is something that you and the family will not forget if you do this, because each one's unique.
I
The
loved
animals
it.
are amazing.
It was so
Lots of
awesome.
information about how the hotel is instructed, safety procedures, animal care. Like, that was absolutely awesome.
I learned a lot.
So did I. This makes me want to let the princess pay for the other tours that we haven't done yet. Like,
The animal track.
Yeah.
I asked them about doing the daytime safari because they used to have the daytime and the nighttime safari. I guess the nighttime safari has historically been more popular than the daytime safari. So if you guys want to see that daytime safari come back, send a message to
Let Disney know.
Ask
Let Disney
them.
know you want these
Ask
experiences back. This is the magic we're talking about right here. So
Yeah, exactly.
definitely amazing time. We definitely want to do other things like this. If you want to see us do other things like this, hit us up in the comments below. If there's anything else you'd like to see us do, of course, that's also going to be the place to find us. Hit that notification bell if you want to see other videos like this. And
We have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe.
Happy Earth Day, and you heard the girl.
Like this video, comment, because if you don't comment, the animals, they're going to turn their back on you, just like Scar did.
You heard the girl.
That was so cool. I love it.
Bye, truck. Bye, truck.
You were so cool. You were so cool.